bit better. We may see them go for the deer in the middle, and VM, very strange starting position.
Yeah, there's
It's
also a
very
pause there.
close to the edge.
Yeah, that was mentioned before by Cision that players sometimes start very close to the edge, although it's not as close as Cision said it was before. Uh, Before it was in one game we had an example where the town center was so close to the edge that you couldn't even make a farm between the edge and the town center.
Really,
Yeah, but
it's not good.
that must have been some kind of bug because I think basically each map has each town or each player has what we call a base size, and
Yeah,
they cannot start so close to the edge. So that was a bug or some kind of mistake. By
yeah,
the way, it will not be
that's
in the
weird.
final version. Okay, so
Yeah, so he's going to obviously go and see how close he is to the deer in the middle. He may decide to take them this time because he didn't last time, and he ended up losing the game. So
yeah,
let's see how close he actually is. But I've got a feeling he's going to be quite far away from the deer, to be honest.
yeah, we'll see.
Bear with me one moment.
Scouting now with two sheep and a scout. Yeah, Zach seems to be doing something with his microphone there. So going for the lumber camp here in the front. I'm not sure if this is the best spot because we can see that there is a vacuum back here. It's only 3 layers, 3 rows of trees. After that, villagers are going to keep going around or something. That usually happens when you have a thin line of trees. That villagers think that this tree is actually closer than this tree, for example, that they go around,
Yeah,
and you have to
that's one annoying thing with
you
the
have to
AI.
micro them very. It's very annoying. Yeah,
Silly villagers.
can actually cost you quite some time, quite some resources. So yeah, but basically all these forests are. I think this one would be very nice. This one in the back next to the gold. If we
Yeah.
put the lumber camp over here. And he's now going for 5 villagers, 5 lumberjacks, which is
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
I think
He
he's,
actually, I think he may have forgot to change his gather point because
uh,
he's sending the sixth one over there now.
yeah, I think he's going to send him to the
Oh no,
river.
he's not.
I think 5 villagers on wood is the standard here when they are going to go to the river in the middle and build 2 mills in 2 different spots because he's going to run out of sheep pretty
Of
soon, and
course, yeah.
he's not going to want to go for berries right away. He's going to want to go for the river and build 2 mills there and send 8 villagers there. So 4 and 4,
Yeah,
and use 2 groups of deers. Although, like I said before, this is quite risky because by the time the villagers get there, build the mill, and get some food from those deers, it's quite a lot of time, and he can get idle there. So
yeah.
it's very
He's
very
just found a yeah. He's found a couple more sheep now though, so he should be okay for the time
yeah
being. He hasn't actually found the center yet though.
yeah.
So,
I think that's why he
well, the river even.
that's why he opted for the berries there because he was expecting the river to
Yeah.
be somewhere around here. And yeah, now we can see him being idle for a while. He could have research room at this point. Yeah, he's really far from the river, like you
Ah,
said. There it
yeah.
is.
There
He
we
has
go.
found it now. But yeah, in the meantime, he had to go for the berries over here, as not to run out.
Yeah, I think this deer patch here though is actually not too bad. It's not in such a bad position because I imagine that either Milo or FedEx, whoever's on his side, isn't actually going to be that close to this deer either.
Yeah. So they're equal here.
Yeah, and he's actually got 4 farms now. So maybe he's going to wait a little bit before he goes for the deer, or again, like last game, not even actually
Yeah.
go for them at all.
Yeah, could be like last game.
Yeah,
Well, you
it
could.
depends. It depends if he's confident with that playstyle or not. You know, he might be one of those players who likes to coop himself in his base and work on his boom without taking the risk early game.
Yeah, basically the question here is whether it would actually pay off at this point to go for the deers in the middle this late after he had already built the mill and the berries, because the distance is quite huge, and the distance simply the time that the villagers would take to walk all the way over there, build two
Yeah.
mills. You know, that's just.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think it's probably better at this point because he had the wood reserves to build
Yeah.
those four farms and to simply deal with it, deal with the game, and just not count on those deers anymore.
Yeah. I want to see what he's going to do with these four villagers that are on this sheep now, though, because when that sheep runs out of food, he's not going to have enough for three farms straight away. So will he send them to forage, or will he go and send two to gold again, like he did last game?
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got actually five villagers clicked in the town center. He's going for fast castle probably once again.
Yeah.
Similar strategy. Yeah. He, he's telling us off for not telling him that his TC was idle there. Yeah, we're just commentating. We're not supposed
And
to.
he's found FedEx. He's gonna get away, maybe. No, is he? No. Why did he do that? Oh no, he might
I
just
think
get
he
away.
is. I think he is.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay. Very close though.
But he
I
lost
thought
many
that
hit
was gonna
points
get one
and
last shot.
yeah, that basically disables him from any option to lame villagers.
Yeah, in
And you
fact,
can
he may
see
even get
FedEx
lamed
actually pretty
himself.
fast there.
1
One hit
HP
point,
left, run.
yeah.
He's going to get away. But now it could be a good chance for him to see if FedEx is actually taking deer in the center either. I've got to say, FedEx is looking possibly even further away from the deer than VM is here.
Yeah, I think the river goes like this, so FedEx is maybe as close or a bit closer. If the river
Yeah.
goes down, to the right,
Yeah.
bottom edge. Yeah, so he's going for. You can see the amount of farms over here, the number of farms. It's
Oh.
quite huge. But
And villagers to gold already, so we probably will see a fast castle, one more villager, and he may get a loom now and then advance. That's what he's
Yeah.
going to do, yeah.
yeah, it goes
Oh,
for
he's going to
fast
lose his scout. He's going to know. Is he going to lose it? Yeah, he's going to have to lose it. The chaser always wins eventually.
Yeah, it depends on. I think FedEx is in feudal, or as soon as FedEx ups into feudal, he's going to be able to catch up with him. And I think
Yeah.
if FedEx is doing something aggressive, he's going to be in feudal very soon.
Yeah,
But
he's
one-
going to catch up with him anyway. But
Yeah, one more
yeah, I
band
should see
and he's
FedEx
there.
not taking deer either. So they may go for a similar strategy here. Hard to say for sure. And he's led him right back to his base.
Yeah.
And he's kept his scout alive.
Yeah, quick reaction from FedEx. Obviously anticipated that. And we can see barracks going up. And it seems like the same strategy as last game, only this time we're spectating VM, so we're going to see what exactly he did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's
And
now saying it.
he probably will go. Yeah, he's going fast castle. But he may decide to play it a little bit differently after he reaches the castle age. Fast castle, I think, with Indians works quite well because obviously we know that they do have pretty good late game and a good boom as well. So being in the feudal age for the Indians isn't so desirable, I guess.
Yeah. Indians probably mostly shine in. We can actually see dead deers through the fog of war here. I think FedEx is on the middle.
Ah.
Yeah. We can now
Oh
see
yes.
that, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He
what I
must
was
be.
saying was that Indians, yeah, they shine in Castle and Imperial mostly, so yeah, VM and the French will try to take the game there, I think.
Yeah. I think that's going to make it quite interesting for 1v1s. Of course, in 2v2s, it's probably easier to, well, it is easier to do a fast castle than in a 1v1 for sure. But it would be interesting to see how the Indians fare in a 1v1 where walling isn't a possibility.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting that actually this time the FC strategy is paying off much more for... Oh, it looks like BZH built 2 barracks accidentally. It's funny. Okay, so anyway, I think the strategy is paying off much more for VM because, as you can see, that they are not only farther from the center, but they are farther from each other. So
Yes, yeah.
it's almost like pockets in Arabia, you know. So FC is a much more viable strategy here.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
By the
And
time FedEx would
he's
get
built a
there.
stable, so he may go for camels again. So we'll see. But I kind of want to see the Indians go for something that isn't just pure Imperial camel. I think at the moment they're probably a little bit too strong. And there we go, Milo coming in. pretty nicely done, actually. He forced him to delete that
Yeah,
mill
I wonder why
to
he
save
did
his
that
villagers.
actually. I don't
I
think
think
they
it was
were.
probably to save his villagers. They may have been caught there.
Yeah, I thought they still had some time there, but because deleting that mill is quite a huge loss. He could have built farms around it, and
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure if it pays off. Actually, it probably does because the village can still gather so much more food and wood for the rest
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
game, while the mill would just yeah.
Overall, yeah, yeah. I
But
think it probably would have been better to delete the mill.
yeah,
And he's going to reach the castle age very shortly. He's just seen Milo with the scouts. Obviously, if he makes some camels or whatever he decides to make, it could pay off for him to go and attack Milo first if he walls himself in quite well. As Milo is going to be very delayed into the castle, that's for sure. And I can't remember the Magyar bonus. I think it's something to do with Magyars. There we go. Yeah, Scout Cavalry, Light Cavalry, Tsar cost less 10%. So, as we see, the Scout Rush from Milo, kind of the right strategy to do if you want to attack in Feudal Age. Scout Rush for Magyars is a very good choice.
yeah. We see now he's going for another town center over here. Not sure if this is a good position because all the villagers who are going to mine this gold are going to be from the other side, but that's probably he's going to mine that later anyway. He's building it here for the wood mostly.
Yeah. Camel now out, another camel as well on the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he says he's going to boom.
Yeah, he's going to go 3 town centers and just keep one stable going. Try to go some defensive camels probably.
Yeah. And at this stage, it's worth pointing out his villages only cost 40 food, so yeah, booming for Indians works quite well.
Yeah, he hasn't got a mill actually at this moment.
Oh no, he hasn't.
Yeah, I was just trying to see the upgrades, if he's got upgrades there, and just no reaction, no response.
Yeah,
he
it looks to
upgraded
me
the-
like FedEx is still taking deer in the middle as well. And he's coming in with some cavalry archers already. I didn't realize he was actually castle already.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and kill off some villagers here. I think he's going to have a tough time, to be honest. All of his villages are pretty close to town centers and quite well protected.
Yeah, FedEx has got 8 villages on gold or so, so it looks like he's going for cavalry archers. He's going to mass them heavily.
Yeah. Typical Hun play.
Not sure if he's adding more villagers on his other gold.
Yeah.
And we
Now
can
we're
see,
going to lose this villager here, having to delete Palisade at the back to get out.
can you
And
see
I
the
think
town center there? FedEx has got a town center forward across the river. Actually, the villagers who got all the deers there, then probably
That's
went
kind of
forward and
interesting.
yeah, come.
Yeah, getting nice and aggressive very early. I kind of like that. But that's an interesting place to put his town center, that's for sure.
Yeah. I wonder if the archer ranges are somewhere around here, if they are just
Yeah,
in
a
the
little,
base.
a little unconventional though.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
definitely.
And yeah, they are. There we go.
Yeah.
Archery range is right there. And so FedEx is kind of forwarding with the town center as well.
It looks like
Interesting,
he was
but
forwarding with the archer ranges and then just build a town center with the spare villagers there.
yeah,
But yeah, well, I wonder whether VM is going to be able to defend this with just camels coming from one stable, because he's got only the armor upgrade, but he hasn't got bloodlines, he hasn't got husbandry and no other. Oh, he actually hasn't got any upgrades.
no,
Those
he hasn't got any upgrades. That's just the Indian
yeah,
bonus,
that's the
isn't it, right
Indian
there?
bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
So he isn't investing anything much into the army. He's not even making camels now.
Yeah, he's working on his eco, which is that will work out. But FedEx now kind of has a little bit of a window where he can mass up the cavalry archers and if he can prevent VM from actually getting much army, then he could just stay in the lead the whole time, really.
Yeah. Also, the thing is that with Huns, it's so much more easier to mass cavalry archers and keep a good economy. For example, with 3 TCs, because they are, at least in AOC, at least they are cheaper and they are easy to mass, while you keep a very strong economy and boom, almost same as the opponent, who is now Indians.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. Actually, cavalry archers are nerfed a bit in Forgotten Empires, but I still think that massing them is much easier than massing camels in this case. So The FedEx economy is not that much behind, even though yeah, even though VM is now mostly focusing on economy and just booming with 3TCs.
Yeah. What is the actual price for the cavalry archers for Huns now? I know it's been increased, but is it still less than the other civs?
I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I think it's still
According
less. You can take a look at the tech tree if it's correct.
according to Tech Tree, every civ has the same price, cavalry archers.
Yeah, and that is what? That is, I think that
4065.
4065. Yeah, but still, the most important point there is that it's wood and gold as opposed to food and gold.
Yes. Yeah,
And
of
wood and
course.
gold is it's always like crossbowmen or cavalry archers. These kind of units are easier to mass while you maintain a good boom.
Yeah, and he's got quite a few of them right there. VM getting a mangonel out now, so he's going to try and defend with that. But three camels and one mangonel will make that